Has any country recently attained as much popularity as South Korea? Due to its cutting-edge technology, trendy food, largest pop bands in the world, and some of the most fascinating movies and TV series being produced anywhere. This country, which was once disregarded by tourists traveling to its larger East Asian neighbors, is now becoming an obsession for many. One of the world's top tourism destinations may be created by combining all of this with centuries of culture and a wealth of natural blessings in a country that is hardly larger than Ireland. This is a truly simple, not to mention gratifying area to explore. It is safe, welcoming, and has excellent infrastructure. In this video, I am going to run down some of the things you shouldn't miss when you visit South Korea. The first one is to check out the K-pop scene. I'm sure you know some K-pop idols, right? Well, K-pop in particular is a popular genre of Korean music that originated in South Korea. K-pop is practically ubiquitous throughout South Korea, from music played everywhere to CD signings staged in the center of plazas to souvenir shops and even commercials for beauty products. Additionally, concerts are held frequently. One of Korea's major exports is K-pop. If you are a big fan, you might wish to attend a musical performance or concert of your preferred performer or group. Even if you don't know anything about K-pop, you can still get a taste of the local popular music scene by attending one of the weekly free or easily accessible concerts that are conducted all throughout South Korea. Next is to enjoy the attractions at Everland. In South Korea, close to Seoul, there is a sizable theme park named Everland. It features a miniature zoo, the steepest wooden roller coaster in the world, as well as numerous other entertaining activities and rides divided into various zones. Visiting the entire theme park and doing everything on offer might easily take up an entire afternoon. You can combine a visit to Caribbean Bay and Everland, two of South Korea's most thrilling theme parks, into one trip. But if you do, start in Caribbean Bay because its slides close earlier. Foreigners can frequently take advantage of the fantastic discount deals at Everland and Caribbean Bay. You might also wish to visit Magic Island, which is a famous theme park or an amusement park, which is located inside Lotte World. The well-known entertainment complex Lotte World is situated in Seoul. Theme parks such as Seoul Island, Gyeongju World, Aeon's World, and Ecoland are just a few of the several indoor and outdoor theme parks that may be visited by tourists in South Korea. If you ever visit Korea around Halloween, be sure to look forward to the Halloween-themed activities that these amusement parks have planned. Well, the third one is to unleash your party animal in their clubs. Particularly in Seoul, South Korea's nightlife is unmatched. The clubs stay open till the break of dawn and are virtually always filled. If you ever decide to travel to Seoul, be sure to check out the clubs, especially if you enjoy that atmosphere. When visiting South Korea, the majority of clubs you can run into include either EDM or electronic dance music or hip-hop music. The three most well-known and significant party districts in Seoul are Hongdae, Itaewon, and Gangnam, all of which have distinctively different vibes from one another. Clubbing is unquestionably a good time to hang out with your buddies. Next up, try to relax and unwind in their temples. An overnight stay at a temple is another excellent thing to include on your bucket list for South Korea. In South Korea, experience a day in the life of a monk. Although the majority are located close to the mountains, these temples can be found all over South Korea. Although it is not as simple as it seems, spending the night in a temple is calming and rewarding. You won't have much time to get bored in South Korea because there are so many interesting places to visit. Seize the opportunity to spend some time outside of Seoul and explore the rest of the nation. Passionate about Korean religion? To find out more about South Korean customs and beliefs, read our article Korean Religion, the Modern and Traditional Beliefs. For the lovers, put love locks at Namsan Tower. Okay, so you're not required to hang any love locks anyplace, but you should go to Namsan Tower for the best panorama of the neighborhood. This location, also known as Seoul Tower, has arguably one of the greatest views. For individuals in committed relationships, it's a well-liked attraction in South Korea. Although there are paths for hiking up the mountain, most tourists choose to use cable cars. Once at the tower, you have the option of staying put or ascending to the top levels and entering the observatory to get a better view of your surroundings. If you do choose to hang your love lock alongside the many others, you may buy it right there in the gift store. It's a wonderful way to remember visiting Namsan Tower or Seoul in general. Don't miss to try out some Korean booze. Even though South Korea only offers a small variety of Western alcohol at a very high price, their alcohol selection keeps getting more and more enticing as the years go by. Whether it's makgeolli or soju, the frequently fruity flavors don't stop there. Don't wait to go out and select your favorite because there are so many various flavors to choose from that there will be plenty of fun to last for several days. They might also go well with your favorite dishes. Be careful not to have too much fun, otherwise, the next day would be uncomfortable even if it provides the ideal excuse to enjoy the hangover soup known as haejanguk. Next is to feel like a prince and princess when you visit their palaces. Seoul is a fantastic location to witness the past and present colliding. The city is very advanced while still retaining historical remnants. They have kept the King's Palace in various parts of the city, despite the surroundings being incredibly contemporary. The National Museum of Korea, which is situated in Seoul, contains some of its historical artifacts. The National Folk Museum is housed in Gyeongbokgung Palace, which is also home to Deoksugung Palace, Changdeokgung Palace, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Changyonggung Palace, and Eunyeonggung Palace. All 5 of these grand palaces are located close enough to one another that you could visit them all in a single day. The largest of the 5 magnificent palaces, Gyeongbokgung Palace is a well-liked tourist destination in South Korea. A national museum is also located there, so put that first on your agenda if you want your trip to be both instructive and enjoyable. Even if you choose not to rent the hanbok, which is traditional Korean clothing, spending some time seeing these palaces will keep your afternoon interesting. Don't worry if you've been to any of them before. In Korea, every season brings forth a different kind of beauty that may be observed on these palace grounds. Have a feeling to be a Korean while trying out hanbok. There are stores located throughout the Bukchon Hanok village where you may rent a stunning hanbok for a few hours, or 13,000 won, or perhaps the entire day for 26,000 won. Once you've dressed in this cozy traditional attire, take advantage of it by having a spontaneous picture shoot with your pals at Seoul's big palaces or historical locations. The entrance price is eliminated if you arrive in traditional clothing or hanbok. After visiting the palaces, if you still have some free time, why not take a hanbok-clad afternoon stroll across the city, causing everyone to admire your wonderful attire? Naturally, the setting wouldn't be complete without stunning cherry blossoms in the distance. Traveling in the spring will reveal stunning blossoms everywhere, making it simple to locate a suitable location for your photo shoot. The next one is to explore and discover traditional villages. Even though most of South Korea has grown urbanized, there are still traditional Korean villages and homes scattered throughout the nation that are worth visiting. Most notably in Jeonju. It's a wonderful approach to learning about Korean history. With its streets lined with adorable cafes, restaurants, and stores, the latter is especially interesting to explore. There is also the option of spending the night in one of the local homes. For a few dollars, you may dress in authentic attire and make the most of your afternoon stroll through the village. Additionally, if you're traveling in the spring, find a nice location with white cherry blossoms while wearing your stunning rented costumes. This makes for a lovely scene that deserves to be captured on camera. A must-try, attend the very famous Boryong Mud Festival. This might be of interest to you if you happen to be traveling to South Korea in the middle of the summer. Even though it was created by a South Korean cosmetics company, it appears to be well-liked outside. On the western coast of South Korea, the Boryong Mud Festival lasts 10 days and includes mud swimming, mud wrestling, mud massages, and other activities. The next one is to stop and have a sip of coffee at their animal cafe. By constructing numerous animal cafes throughout the city, South Korea has elevated its already vibrant cafe culture. Even if you've previously enjoyed some afternoon cuddles at a few dog and cat cafes, Seoul also has cafes for raccoons, sheep, and birds, among other animals. And every one of these cafes will undoubtedly provide a unique form of entertainment. And this is only a small portion of Seoul's entertaining activities. Of course, never miss the very popular tourist spot, the Jeju Island. South Korea's Jeju Island is a stunning island that resembles a tropical setting. It is the primary honeymoon destination for Korean newlywed couples since it has lakes, waterfalls, and fountains. The only ways to get there are by plane or ferry. Nevertheless, Jeju made our list of South Korean sites not to miss because we had heard so many positive things about it. Jeju Island is enormous and home to several sites, so you may want to take a guided tour like this one to ensure that you visit the most important ones. Up next is to experience the high and exquisite Busan Tower. Busan Tower is the place to visit if you want a fantastic perspective of Busan. The tower at Yeongdusan Park in Junggu, Busan, South Korea is 120 meters or 393 feet tall. The tower gives tourists a bird's eye view of the city's size and setting. In addition to the view, the Busan Tower provides cafes and snack bars where you and your companions can go to satisfy your hunger and thirst. It's like killing two birds with one stone when you visit the Busan Tower. You may see the statue of Korea's well-known naval hero Yi Sun-sin as well as a memorial for the April 19th anti-government student protests from the tower's location in Yeongdusan Park. Well, try to show your beach bodies in their world-class beaches. Going to the beach in the summer, whether to swim or just to sunbathe, may be one of your favorite pastimes. Although South Korea's beaches may not compare to those in other parts of Southeast Asia, they are nevertheless quite beautiful. If spending a few hours in your swimming suit is on your list of things to do, you can easily reach Sokcho Beach on the east coast and Daejeon Beach on the west coast from the bus stations in Seoul. Contrary to the West, wearing a t-shirt over your swimsuit, bikini, or swim trunks is practically expected in South Korea. Despite this, you shouldn't let this deter you from flaunting the new bathing suit you bought specifically for this trip. No one will judge you harshly for it. In addition to swimming and tanning, you might like to try other water sports like banana boating, which is possible at practically every public beach. Additionally, keep in mind that most beaches lack beach chairs, and renting a parasol will cost you money. Finally, be sure to keep track of the beach opening times because in the summer, some beaches like Sokcho Beach may only be open for swimming for a brief time. The next is witness lotus flowers at Jeonju. Jeonju is one of many fantastic places that you may see in a single day if you want to venture a little further from Seoul. Visit Deokjin Park for its lotus blooms if you travel there in the first few days of July. Otherwise, the majority of what you should see is right there in Jeonju. You may sample local makgeolli, visit any of these adorable cafes and restaurants, and if you hike the nearby tiny hill, you'll even get a glimpse of the entire Hanok village at once. You can hire a traditional hanbok and strut the streets for the day. What a cool itinerary, huh? Mudyeongsan National Park, Seoraksan National Park, and Bukhansan National Park are more parks worth visiting in addition to the Deokjin Park, which is located closest to the capital. Next up is the surroundings of Gapyeong and Chuncheon. Local buses will get you from point A to point B just fine, but only some of Gapyeong and Chuncheon's greatest gems are accessible by train from Seoul. If you go in the summer, get off the train at Seongpyeong or one of the stations nearby, then spend some time by the lake enjoying water activities like water skis or banana boats. But even without the lake, the region is a great place to visit for a day trip any time of the year. For a group of friends or a couple, Gapyeong offers a number of opulent pensions in addition to the Garden of the Morning Calm. In contrast, Sheuncheon is home to the most delicious chicken ribs, dakgalbi in all of South Korea, as well as Nemi Island, Petite France, rail bikes, and other attractions. Making it a weekend trip might be preferable if you wanted to accomplish everything at once. Of course, eat and shop in Common Ground. Not long ago, the Common Ground Shopping Center at Konkuk University, which is made entirely of shipping containers, opened. Along with it came 3 floors of stores, eateries, cafes, a small gallery, fantastic locations for photo shoots, and a number of annual festivals. If you can only visit one shopping center, make it this one. And that wraps up our list. Don't forget to like and click that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and share this video with your travel buddies. Till next time, safe travels!